Hi, welcome to my doll customizing journey. My name is Josephine and these are my creatures. Today's video is very special to me. Why, you ask? Because Catherine, aka Dollightful, the reason why this channel exists, the absolute biggest name in doll customizing here on YouTube, has invited me, little old me, to do a collaboration with her. My head will explode out of pure joy. Yes, I know the invitation was for everyone who wanted to join, but girl can dream, right? But seriously, she is my biggest inspiration. I have been watching her videos for 3 years now, and it has been amazing to watch her channel just keep on growing. She is such a lovely person and deserves all the hype and admiration. So, a little bit about the collaboration. As you know, it was open for everyone, no matter the experience or background. Very simple rules. The doll needs to be family friendly in the theme, which was tropical, and the deadline is 4th of August. Oh, Catherine, I hope your email doesn't crash from all the entries. This collaboration video will be epic. So, keeping in mind all the guidelines, I start my brainstorming. I don't do concept art because I think that it would just restrict me. Plus, I can't draw. Seriously, I have a very bad case of blank paper phobia. So I use Pinterest instead. I have collected these pictures. First, I was inspired by tropical flowers, gloriosa to be exact. But then I had an even better idea. What if I would make some kind of a tropical fairy? This just filled me with ideas. I started to look at images of colorful butterflies, and I found this gorgeous picture of not a butterfly but a moth. Ugh. Moths. Ugh. Even the word is weird. But this Madagascan sunset moth is too pretty to gross me out too much. So, on to the doll selection, or should I say victim? I have been saving this Gigi grunt doll for a special project, and I think this is as special as it gets. She has amazing sculpting, even the body type is slightly different. Like if we compare her to a regular doll like this Claudine over here. She has the arched back, but there is this more natural bend to it. It reminds me of the big sister body type, maybe the same sculptor. And also she has more detailed stomach and thicker hips. I love her sculpting. The other thing I like about Gigi is her hair. It's the perfect color for what I have in mind. I did think about keeping it, but I was worried the texture would not match with the other hair types I was planning on giving her. In the end, I did decide to replace all of her hair. So buzz cut it is. So I moved on with removing her face with Q-tips, cotton rounds and pure acetone. There is multiple ways to remove the head. The idea is to make the vinyl head warm enough to pull the head over the neck peg. I use a mug and some boiling water. You don't need to keep the doll in there for more than a couple of seconds maybe. Use pliers or tweezers to get to the remaining hair inside the head. I kind of like this part because it's so satisfying to go from super gross to completely squeaky clean. I paint the scalp in this very weird way. The colors are placed this way for a reason, so that I have a nice map to follow when I start the reroute. This reroute is the most colorful and complex I have ever done. There is 7 different colors going on. All the hair is from Retro Dolls EU and all is nylon doll hair. The colors I'm using are Lemon Drop, Peony, Peacock, Seville, and also Siren's Tears, Tangerine Sorbet, and a smidgen of French Fancy. I start from the neck and work my way up. This hairstyle was inspired by Dollightful's Seychelles doll, but instead of the lightest color being on top, it's on the bottom. To lock it in, I use solvent-based glue and a Q-tip. Give the body a little sand before you spray your sealant. It creates a rough surface for your pastels to grab onto. This way you don't have to go in with a million prep layers with your sealant. Gigi has amazing sculpting on her body, so all that I'm doing is creating a shadow underneath those scales or lines. I use a nice red for this part. I did add a little bit of purple to the deepest shadows. A nice trick to get the pastels to blend super well is to blend it with a lighter color. So I used the red for most of the shadows. Then I grabbed the lighter pink close to the skin tone of the doll and blended the red with that. Itchy. I think it's perfect for this doll because the fabric is mostly sheer, so you can see the blushing underneath. I cut out a sleeve and just started to brainstorm with the fabric. I'm keeping the strappy design for now because I really like it and I want to combine it with the fabric. Once I'm happy with my plan, I cut out a big rectangle for the skirt part and 2 smaller ones for the sleeves. I keep everything kind of baggy and loose for now because I want volume. I sew the sleeves first and then hem the skirt part and finish off all the raw edges with a zigzag stitch. To close the dress, I sew this channel for the string to be added later. To make the top part of the dress, I cut a little piece of fabric, scrunch it up in the middle and pin it in place. It's important to try the dress on your doll to make sure you are placing everything right. I create a seam in the armpit area so that later I have something to fix the sleeves onto. I sew the sleeves in place by hand because they are very tiny and finicky. Then I add the string design on top of the dress. I mark where I want the string to cross or be held down. I use these golden jump rings to keep the strings in place, but also allow it to move, because this is the way the dress is going to be held on to the doll. I weave the string following my design. To close the dress, I insert the strings to the skirt part and pull the string tight. Tie them in a knot and finish with a bow. And the dress is finished! I always start the face up with pastels. The only idea I had in my head was to give her a big, kind of droopy puppy dog eyes. A kneaded eraser is your best pal. Use this tool a ton. It doesn't erase pencil that well, but for pastels it's perfect. I go ham with the blush to make her super cute and colorful. And I obviously want her head to match the body, so I mostly use the same colors on her face. I blush also her ears. Here is the big droopy eyes I was talking about. The shape turned out so well. Detailing the lips by adding highlights. I want her eyes to be very mysterious, almost to look like the mirror eyes of houseflies. I don't know what happened, but I'm missing a couple of clips. And they are from the Faceup, so sorry guys, this is such a bummer because I wanted this video to be super good because it's a collab. I decided to embrace the fear of drawing lashes, and these turned out better than what I hoped. I worked so hard on her waterline to give it more detail. I have really been analyzing everyone's face-ups on Instagram, and what I have noticed that the ones I like the most, there is always 2 lines in the bottom eyelid, and the eyelashes don't always touch the line. So I tried it out on this doll and it turned out really good. Her eyes look super creepy now because I painted them black because I wanted to have a little bit more contrast with her face. I would have liked to have Pearlex powders for this costume, but they aren't cheap. Maybe in the future I can test those out, but for now I'm gonna use regular glitter. I'm popping her head back on at this point to work on her hair and finishing touches. I want to give her a little bag to finish off her outfit. I grab a rectangular piece of fabric and sew the sides close, leaving the flap on top. I fix it straight to her dress with loops of fabric, more jump rings and jewelry chain. I bedazzle the bag with colorful beads and thread. I also added some painted details off camera. To make her wings inspired by the Madagascan sunset moth, I start with the reference picture. I copy the design onto paper and then trace it with the wire I want to use. Next step is to encase the wing with this Angelina fill. Another reason I want to do a fairy character for this specific collab is that I wanted to use some techniques that I have learned from Dollightful, kind of like a tribute to her amazing channel. If you want a more detailed tutorial on the wings, I will leave a link to her video down below. I did change a couple of things from her tutorial, so let me go over those parts. First, I tried out this tool meant for wood burning. I wanted the lines and curves on the wings to be super detailed, and the flame on the lighter is just too big for those parts. And I really wanted to have more control over the holes I'm creating to give the wings texture. This worked out better than I expected. Great experiment! I used a black Sharpie to make the pattern on the wings. I do have to say the wings turn out so well. It's very close to my reference picture. Now to fix the wings in place. Drill a hole into the doll's back. You can use hand drills if this part scares you, but I like the brutality, so power tools it is. Once the holes are done, I glue in a loop of wire. Tiny bolts and nuts will fix the wings to the doll's back while still allowing the wings to move and pose. Genius idea! Thanks, Dollightful! Subscribe if you haven't yet done that, like this video and leave a comment. I would love to know what you think of Prima. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Josephine's Creatures and check out my Etsy store. Until next time, bye!